Thank you, Marwa. Thank you, President Khaled, for inviting me today. I'm delighted to be here. It's my first visit to the Rotary Club of Manama, but hopefully not my last. In some respects, I feel I might have got you here under false pretenses, because the subject of my talk was supposed to be digital transformation, but I'm actually not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about Bahrain's startup ecosystem. So it's an element of digital transformation, but focused very much on the startup community. When I first came to Bahrain, one of the first things that I became involved with 2.5, 3 years ago was setting up this umbrella organization called Startup Bahrain. And the whole idea behind this movement wasn't to create a new entity as such, but to create an umbrella branding for all the activities that are taking place both in the public and in the private sector to really get behind Bahrain's burgeoning startup ecosystem. And it's been very successful. We've managed to get not only the EDB and Tamkeen and Bahrain Development Bank together, but also the accelerators that we have here, such as Brink and Flat 6 Labs and CH9 and so on. First off, though, one of the key challenges when we talk about startups is actually defining what we mean by a startup. Everybody tends to know what small and medium-sized businesses are, SMEs. Everybody knows what entrepreneurs are, but this term startup is a little specific. It doesn't just mean a business that's just started. Basically, when we talk about startups, we're talking about small businesses that have been established in the last year or so, but these businesses are scalable. They usually have a global mindset, a global approach to what they want to do. They're usually empowered or driven by the use of some technology, but they aspire to grow very, very quickly. These are not your traditional small and medium-sized businesses. These are businesses that are looking to get a major investment at some stage to help them to spur that growth and to really go global. Right now, though, we've got a good group of startups, but it's not a huge number in Bahrain. And so we've been looking at how we can grow the whole ecosystem. And everybody uses this term a lot. This term ecosystem is important. And for me, it's important because a startup ecosystem is really similar to a natural ecosystem. And one of the ways in which it's the same is the fact that a natural ecosystem reflects the environment where it's located. Startup ecosystems are the same. The startup ecosystem here in Bahrain reflects the strengths, the opportunities that businesses can enjoy from having a base here in Bahrain. But it also means that not everybody should or could become a Silicon Valley. Each location can develop its own startup ecosystem based on its own attributes, its own strengths. The second thing about startup ecosystems is that they're interdependent. They don't work in isolation. They work in interacting with other ecosystems, whether it's in Saudi Arabia, or in India, or in London, or in Hong Kong. And then the last thing about an ecosystem is the fact that it only really thrives when it's in balance. And getting that balance right is much easier said than done. And that balance can be a balance between being led by the public sector and the private sector. You need both. It can be a balance between having some great local entrepreneurs and founders, but also having founders and entrepreneurs coming from outside of Bahrain and interacting with our local founders. It's getting the balance right when we provide funding for startups. If you have lots of funding for very early stage, very micro-sized startups, that's all very well, but what happens when they grow? What support will they have when they really need to expand? And if you have too much grant funding at the very beginning, you can incentivize a lot of talented people to go into businesses that may not necessarily lead anywhere. And so getting the funding right is very important. And I'd say here in Bahrain, we've managed to do that quite quickly. So of course, Tamkeen provides a lot of grant funding at the early stage. We now have crowdfunding. Beehive is a crowd peer-to-peer lender that can provide crowdfunding for businesses at the next stage. We have Bahrain Development Bank providing support at a middle stage. Then we have the Al Waha Fund of Funds, which has brought in VCs from around the region, around the world, to put investment professionals and make investments from Bahrain into startups here. And then at the very end of that whole line, of course, we have Mumtalaka, a private equity investor that can invest in startups. The other balance is going to be between emphasizing and focusing just on the startups, but also focusing on the big corporates, bigger companies that can benefit from interacting and working together with startups. Increasingly, it's quite hard for big companies to recruit talent. Sometimes you can tap into the talent that is attracted to startups by working in partnership through accelerators and through other mechanisms. And then there's the balance between hardware and software. Here in Bahrain, we've got a lot of great hardware now. We've got 5G being rolled out. We've got Amazon Web Services building these 3 major data centers that are up and running now in Bahrain. But we also have the soft infrastructure. We've revised the bankruptcy law. That means that entrepreneurs can go into a business, fail, then reinvent themselves and come back bigger and better and stronger than before. We've also got our cloud-first policy. And as our friends in AWS put it, we need to either go big or go home. And how are we going to do that? Well, there's 2 ways in which we can really grow the community here in Bahrain. One, we can focus on encouraging our homegrown SMEs, our homegrown founders, to up their game and to develop or transform those more Bahrain-focused businesses into scalable, globally oriented startups. And secondly, we can attract scale-ups and startups from outside of Bahrain, attracting founders and their teams to move and vote with their feet, come to Bahrain and start their businesses here on the island. Now, a lot of investment promotion agencies like the Economic Development Board traditionally focus on big companies. We always love to attract big names like Amazon Web Services and Mondelez. And of course we'll continue to do that. But sometimes we can be missing a trick by focusing mainly on the Fortune 50 companies and Fortune 500 companies. One of the challenges with that approach is that there's probably around 200 national investment promotion agencies and over 1,000 regional or city agencies that are targeting that same group of 50 or so companies. But by focusing on high growth, medium and smaller companies, there are some real opportunities and advantages. Number one, it's much easier to reach a decision maker in a smaller company than a big multinational. If you approach big multinationals, you'll get a meeting, but you'll meet with a government affairs team, and they've got no power and no authority to make real investment decisions. But family-based businesses, small, medium-sized, scalable businesses, you can reach somebody who can make a decision very, very quickly. Secondly, if we bring smaller businesses to Bahrain, they're not anti-competitive. They're going to bring something to the economy, but they're not going to crowd out our local players. They're not going to crowd out the local businesses. They're going to work on the same equal basis with the companies that we already have in Bahrain. They also tend to be more loyal, and they tend to become more embedded in our community and in our business community than big multinationals who routinely transfer business activities, business functions from one city to another within the same region. Also, smaller businesses need to partner. They can't do everything in-house. They need to partner with local Bahraini companies. They need to outsource a lot of activities to Bahraini companies because they don't have it all in-house. And they need to draw on Bahraini talent. They don't have huge numbers of staff. If they need to grow quickly, they need to recruit local talent to help them on that growth trajectory. And finally, attracting these high-growth small companies can be a great way to create quality jobs, of course, but it can also be a great example because they bring something new to the economy and because they can be great examples to our existing businesses, helping them to up their game and partnering with them for growth in the future. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll end my propaganda speech there, but what I would like to impress upon you is get behind Startup Bahrain, help us to really grow the ecosystem, whether it's the local entrepreneurs or international founders and entrepreneurs that we want to attract to. Thank you very much. Happy to try and answer any questions.